Merry Christmas.
This is not good. Worlds are colliding.
We were smart enough to not say, Houston, there's a light out there that's following us.
And what the hell is that? You know, what is that? And I couldn't even talk. I was just amazed at what I was seeing.
This is the Beast of the Week podcast.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of another fantastic episode of the Beast of the Week. Hello.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
I'm John Cannon.
I'm Joe McGlinchey.
I'm Daniel.
Hello, Daniel.
Welcome to the show, Daniel. He's our special guest tonight.
Glad to be here. I'm wearing the flesh of Sam Harris.
Well, we got Sammy Dan over there. We got Joe back in the studio. Good to see you, Joe.
Yeah, it's good to see y'all, too.
And this week, we are releasing this a little earlier than we would because we want to wish all of our listeners a Merry Christmas
and Happy Holidays.
Kwanzaa,
there it
a
is.
New Year's, a holiday. I don't know what other holidays there are around this time, but
You definitely
There's probably
missed
more.
Hanukkah.
Did
but
I miss
that's
Han-
past.
Did you not say Hanukkah?
I
mean,
thought-
Hanukkah's done.
That's
yeah,
kinda
Hanukkah's like
coming
long over,
on.
but
Still,
I hope it was a
hope
happy
y'all
one.
had a great Hanukkah.
And with these holiday greetings, we're going to bring to you a beast this week that we teased last episode. If you'll remember, late season Office, I believe season 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dwight was entrusted with the Christmas party of that year, in which he brings about a figure from Germanic and Pennsylvania Dutch traditions, Belsnickel.
And what a delicious morsel he is.
He is a special, special boy. And I know a lot of listeners might be wondering, where's Krampus? Where's Krampus?
Oh, wait, hold up. Let me. He's not in my drawers. Let me check. He's not in the trash can.
Let me check. And here's where I'm going to put a zipper sound effect. Not in my drawers. Ho, 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 ho.
That was
John, my sides.
Merry Christmas.
Bud.
So,
You're the only gift I need.
so those who either have seen The Office and want to take a deep dive with us, or never have and say, I hate that stupid show, listen in for the tale of Belsnickel.
I don't want people that don't like The Office to watch this.
Sam, even if you like Parks and Rec, you're welcome to listen to the Beast of the Week podcast.
If you like Parks and Rec, you most likely like The Office, unless you're John.
yeah.
Belsnickel.
You don't like Parks and Rec?
No, I don't. So Belsnickel follows the tradition of a lot of holiday gift givers. In Europe, there's a bit of a tradition where following St. Nicholas, and over there they use the actual St. Nicholas. This is just in traditions. St. Nicholas, as compared to Santa Claus, is a different figure. He was an actual person who is an actual saint. But they have people who accompany him, and there's different iterations of them. Like we mentioned Krampus, we mentioned Belsnickel, one Schwartz Pete. Belsnickel follows the European tradition of different figures joining St. Nicholas on Christmas Eve. What makes him different from those is that he comes in alone a few weeks earlier. His name literally translates to St. Nicholas in furs, though. He is pictured as a thin, disheveled, crotchety old man dressed in furs and tattered clothing, like a wilderness hermit.
Who's that wizard in The
Radagast.
Hobbit? Yeah, Radagast. That's what I was picturing.
He
with a lot of this.
basically, picture Radagast.
Yeah, no, that's
it's
that's
pretty much
pretty
Radagast.
accurate.
Yeah.
Radagast is about right.
Little bit less friendly, but
a lot
lot
less
less
friendly. He
I
had.
assume he's got the same quirks.
I don't think he had birds living in his hair that he fed.
They just died there.
They just happened to be there. He's not taking care of
They're
them.
not his birds.
Way too impish.
Something that I discovered only in this research that terrifies me is that he sometimes wears a mask with a long tongue on it, which I'm imagining like a plague doctor mask, but with a tongue.
With a tongue.
Yeah. Does the actor's tongue go into the tongue of it, and it kind of does a Gene Simmons thing?
Who
that's not
made
his real
this
tongue?
thing?
No, it's not his real tongue.
Oh, I guess we'll get into that.
Well, it's Gene Simmons' real tongue.
So he has Gene's. Wait, so you're telling me that either he has Gene Simmons' tongue
or
if
Gene Simmons is Belsnickel. I could see
So much
it.
of this makes sense. I could definitely see this. As we get into it, audience, just picture Gene Simmons through the rest of this.
They should make a Kiss-style band for all the weird companions of Santa.
Let's do it.
There's 3.
We're going to be good on that. Well, there's 3 of us. Dibs on bass.
Actually, there's 4. 4.
Anyway, in one hand, he holds a sack full of candies and nuts. In the other hand, he holds a hickory switch. A switch, if you're not familiar with child abuse, a switch.
It's not just children, but continue.
If you're not familiar with child abuse or the ins and outs of the BDSM community, a switch is a wooden rod for which to beat the buttocks.
Or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever, but typically
Whatever buttocks are.
the buttocks.
I love a good switch to the buttocks.
Oh, that's out there now.
That's. Can I take that back, everyone?
Nope.
No, it's too late.
I mean,
We-
honestly, if you really think about it in modern day, like the Belsnickel, you want to be naughty because then you're going to get a Nintendo Switch. So like, it's very good. Thank you.
I quit.
This is my.
I
This has been
quit.
my.
I think we're really gonna have
What's
to.
up with airline switches?
Sponsored by United.
I quit
That's,
the show.
that's a good one. Anyway, we should probably include a studio laugh track in that one.
Yeah.
We're gonna need the support on that.
The story of Belsnickel originated in the Palatinate, the Palpatine region of Germany. And when German immigrants came over and settled largely in Pennsylvania, they brought these traditions known to be around as early as the 1800s. This is just a fun fact I have. You know how they call like the Amish and those Mennonites and stuff the Pennsylvania Dutch? Mm-hmm. The reason why they're called the Dutch, despite being German, is because English people would come up and they'd say Deutsch, which is German, and German for German, and they'd be like, oh, they're Dutch.
That makes sense.
my
They really
God.
shouldn't.
That makes sense.
They should change their language for convenience.
Looks like you're really thinking there.
Yeah, this is a quandary.
To me?
Yeah.
I don't know. You looks like you're gonna say something.
No, I have an eyelash. I have an eyelash in my eye.
I was just thinking, oh, this is gonna be good.
But with
No.
especially like I love holiday fables because it's not just like the way they look. With most cryptids we cover, this is arguable as to whether it's a cryptid in the first place. The way they look is a huge part of it. With Christmas and holiday fellas, it's about what they do.
It is about what they do. So, the Belsnickel has a very interesting MO. So this guy's deal is he shows up at houses about 1 to 2 weeks before Christmas.
Just randomly,
And
though.
that's very vague, so it could be any time.
Cheer or fear?
Cheer or fear.
Belsnickel is nine! Nine!
No, but seriously, he would show up really early. No one would know he's coming, but he always knew which children misbehaved.
You can usually tell.
You can usually tell.
He can usually tell, especially when he's, he knows everything. I guess.
Sees you when you're sleeping.
Well, Santa Claus.
He
tells-
knows when you're awake!
Yeah, he says, oh, not Dutch.
I thought you were just doing a reverse of ho ho ho.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he could do that too because he is like opposite
Maybe he does
Santa.
that.
He
Maybe
goes,
he does
"Oh,
say,
what?
what?"
It's like it's when you rewind a tape or something.
Oh my God! All right,
So this thin, disheveled, crotchety old man, dressed in furs and tattered clothes,
Maybe with a
not-
long tongue.
with possibly a very long tongue, would rasp on the door with his switch, and children would respond by answering questions or singing a song.
How do you know which he wants?
I'm picturing that he's got to say something.
What if he just
I mean,
stands
Dwight
there?
communicated a lot of what he was thinking as the Belsnickel, so I can only assume that that's incredibly realistic.
Yeah, but I wonder if
Yeah.
that was an interpretation. What if Belsnickel stands there with just a solemn German face?
With his fake long Gene Simmons tongue coming out of his face.
But his real crazy, like they're his own eyebrows, and they're like wizard eyebrows that hang
puffing
about
right up.
4 inches off his face.
yep.
and he stares at the children, and they have to guess whether he has questions, and they just shout out answers, or they got to sing a song.
So he's not actually asking questions. So he answers.
He demands.
He knocks on the door, and kids start saying random stuff.
He demands answers, but none know the questions.
Yeah, he just shows up. So he's like, and then just goes. He takes out his little like fucking harmonizer. He's just like, and he just looks at him real quick. I think is how he ushers in song.
And
He
if those
just stares at them until they go, simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
I tell you what, if I was Krampus, I'd beat all of those kids.
Yeah,
That is
that's
the
one
worst Christmas songs ever.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Like
That's definitely one of
It's
them.
one of them.
the Mariah Carey song annoys me just because it's on so much, but it's objectively a decent song.
good song.
It's a good song.
That's a good song.
Get
but
you real amped when you hear
Simply
it. Also.
having a wonderful Christmas time makes me have anything but.
Simply having a
Wonderful. Belsnickel's coming for you, Paul McCartney.
Honestly, if like all the Christmas songs that are related to the Beatles are bad.
And so this is Christmas. Now
The part
think
where-
about war.
All right, so John answered the door and he's singing. Belsnickel didn't want that, so he starts beating him with the switch. But had John have answered some questions, had he answered questions, then in exchange, Belsnickel would throw candies upon the floor, and what I assume would also be candies and nuts.
Yeah, he just throws some fucking rotten Werthers on the floor. He's just like, fuck.
This is actually just their,
Damn it!
it's their grandfather reaching to grandma's purse and because he's not hitting him right now. He's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, God, now some fucking Werthers and walnuts. The W&W. Have the old W&W.
That's in every old man's pockets.
Yeah, they don't know why they're there either. They're just
They
like,
just appear.
The second you hit
Once you hit a certain age,
74, your pockets just fill with walnuts and Werthers, and you're like, I guess it's my time.
it's my time now. You know, I'm kind of looking forward to
afraid.
that. I don't mind those candies.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Pretty
yeah,
comforting.
Werther's is a pretty low calorie count.
But anyway, so this guy, after he throws the candies on the ground, it's not over. They don't just win. They don't pass the round. There's another test.
Is it physical?
Yeah, actually. So if the kids dove for the treats too soon,
No dinner until you've passed the feats of strength.
he'd start beating the crap out of them with his stick.
Pin your father, George.
Belsnickel is 9!
Belsnickel is primed for Festivus.
Oh, he is really airing the grievances here.
I can't handle that crossover, guys. Come on.
The Office Seinfeld crossover. Oh man, that's a battle of the decades.
It's essentially like 15 minutes of Seinfeld antics with Dwight and Michael, and then another 15 minutes of Jim looking at the camera, being like, with every comment just being like, at that moment, I did a Jim face.
Elaine would bounce between Angela and Pam, trying to see which one she fit in with. Ultimately finding out she likes Phyllis the most.
Are we about to write this fan fiction?
I think we gotta take a break from this podcast for a second to dive deep into
Anyway, I hope you enjoy this. Enjoy the new year. We'll get back to you in 2020 with the new series,
Dwight would
Seinfeld in the Office.
We could do that.
We could do that. Actually, that'd be really entertaining.
It's just a slap-based version of the Office theme.
No, I'm thinking what I would do for the intro to that podcast would just play both of them on top of each other.
Oh my god.
That's haunting. That's a Halloween special. That's not Christmas.
No, I bet that song slaps.
Kramer, literally, it's slap based.
Slaps.
Kramer and Michael get along. Dwight gets really jealous, and Jerry hangs out with Jim,
I could see Dwight. Yeah, Dwight and Kramer would really get along real well.
or just really hate each
Nah,
other.
Or really hate each other.
Creed and Kramer.
Yes. Creed and
New gang:
Kramer.
Creed, Kramer, and Kevin.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That would be a party.
Fuck one, kill one, marry one.
Don't make me choose. We have to get back to the show.
No, we don't. This is good.
Many who experience the traditioid.
Yeah, I did that.
It's a cut of meat in the show notes. It's the traditionaloid.
You got this is the most diligently you have ever read my show notes is when there's the one typo. The one typo.
Is 2018 about to be 2019? You don't know how to hit fucking spell check, Jonathan?
This is on you. Anyway, so the kids who experience the tradition as children, the kids, whatever.
No, they don't experience it later when they're adults.
But the people that went through this trauma note that the Switch was more of a threat and rarely used, similar to kids worrying about getting coal on Christmas, but realistically they get a sick racing car.
I wonder if the use of Switches in their Christmas traditions is why there's so much weird German porn.
So Belsnickel in the home.
You're taught the thrill. You're taught the thrill of the Switch, just the fear of it, knowing it might happen from a young age. Do you know what that does to a developing mind? I don't.
I mean, by the end of adolescence, that's essentially the gift on its own.
So for those of you that are familiar with The Office, you understand Dwight and his character? That's what happens.
Yeah.
You become Mose.
No.
Oh, no. You're a successful writer. Let me cut up into the roast beef right here. The roast beef, the traditional loin.
All right, let's get to the Christ figure right now. This is what the reason for the season and seasoning, barbecue seasoning.
It's just salt.
Brought to you by Sweet Baby Ray's.
Jesus.
Oh.
Jesus, brought to you by...
We're getting real
You know,
meta.
when you're sitting there with your other wise men under that beautiful star, Gabriel, and you say,
Gabriel wasn't the star.
Gabriel is the
shut up.
angel.
I don't know these things. He's the angel that
He plugged.
said.
Wait. Sam doesn't understand the Christian undertones of this show? Sam,
we were screaming about Alex Jones in one episode. We're clearly very Christian because we have no idea what this.
Oh,
religion means.
hold up. I'm so sorry. I know I just made a mistake, but someone's at my door. Hello? The Belsnickel is 9! No! Oh god! Oh, he's hitting me! Oh god! Ah! I'm so sorry, I didn't remember my
Sam's dying.
No, quick, get the candy.
The Belsnickel just came to my house because I fucked up the Christian verse. and now my neighbors are probably very worried. So, Belsnickel in the home. This is how the tradition actually played out for most kids. Before they got their presents from the Christkindl, the Christ child who came on Christmas Eve, they faced judgment from the Belsnickel. That bit got me out of breath. Hold up. An old family member would come to the house dressed as the Belsnickel. The children would run, fearing their Belsnickel.
Wait, time out.
Yep.
So,
Grampy would come by.
They would just choose someone in the family. So who wants to beat the kids today?
Yeah, I mean, just picture the scene. You got all these kids sitting around the fireplace, making electric fireplace, and then old Grampy comes by and just starts fucking beating him.
It's a lot easier when he's dressed as a merry figure.
Belsnickel is 9!
Yeah.
Yeah, what a rousing...
When you're on the business end of a hickory switch, it's easier when it's a festive little character. Like, imagine this. Do you want to be beaten by the guy in the Mickey costume or beaten by Mickey himself?
You bring up a good point.
I'm gonna go with Donald Duck because he's not wearing pants. And that's usually how I'm beaten. But
I'm learning a lot about you two these days.
yeah.
So is everyone else that listens. Our life is just public record now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's going in the space capsule.
Under the Denver International Airport.
Throwback.
That's not where they keep
Alex Jones.
It's called,
Alex Jones.
It's called
Alex Jones.
It's called a space capsule. I'm not saying it takes up space. When the parents round them up, because the children run, but the Belsnickel apparently just does a Mike Myers and just stands there.
The
Parents are just like
Shrek.
that Mike Myers.
Sure.
Yeah, that Mike Myers.
Yeah, like Austin Powers. He's just like, you Randy? to the children in the house.
The door just swings open and Belsnickel's like, yeah, baby, yeah.
And then the children run because they're like, I don't get the reference. So the Belsnickel will ask them if they've been bad. If they are honest, they get slapped on the wrist. If they've lied, they get just spanked. Just some good old spanking happen on. After judgment, they would be asked to recite a prayer, which would earn them a treat from Belsnickel. Now, it doesn't say in these poorly worded show notes whether...
Hey.
Hey.
Impish. I judge you impish.
I've been ambushed, guys. I'm sorry. I already got beat by the Belsnickel, though, so I'm safe now. I'm working on 2019 Belsnickel now.
Progressive Belsnickel.
Yeah. After judgment, yeah, they'd be asked to recite a prayer, which would earn them a treat from Belsnickel. It doesn't say whether, if they were bad, they would get a treat or not, which I think is kind of, I mean, this might be modern in a sense, where you can be a shithead and you probably still get gifts for Christmas. I don't think any modern parents are just like, heh, Cole,
Yeah, I don't.
fuck you, Bobby.
My parents used to every year. Remember that? You'd get it at like Michael's or something. It's a little bag of gum that was Santa's coal, and it would turn your teeth black.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We'd get
No.
we'd get that in our stockings, and I loved the taste of it. So I'd just walk around with black teeth and like 3 bags because my sisters didn't want it. Just 3 bags of Santa's coal gum just in my jaw.
See, in the Harris household, we would get coal 4 months later.
Okay.
Right around Easter time, it was a Harris tradition to get these things called peeps, and I believe those were coal because they have no use at all, and they don't taste good.
You ever had a chocolate covered peep
Yeah,
though?
those things are awesome.
No, they're bad.
Chocolate covered
No, they're
peeps are
good.
great.
It's because you like chocolate. It's not because you like peeps.
I think I could toss back like a couple packages of Peeps.
Wait, are we about to play?
Oh
What
my
is it?
God.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby bunny with some Peeps.
Oh man.
You ever put one of those in the microwave?
Ever put one in your ass?
Do it, kids.
Do it.
Dude, don't do it, kids. At least the last thing. You can put a peep in the microwave, though. That's fun.
That's yeah.
That's science.
Definitely don't do the other one.
No. I'm checking the old calculator right now, and I'm looking for some accounts.
Some accounts.
Some accounts of Belsnickel. I want to see what kind of stocks he's got. Oh,
Belsnickel stock is high. Belsnickel is nigh.
That was a great segue.
So, what's interesting is getting a look on this tradition from someone who's actually experienced it, because it is admittedly archaic, and I'd be interested. I mean, this is mostly an Amish tradition, so I don't know if we have any Amish listeners, but if you're out there and you have partook,
I feel like they're not Amish anymore if they have an iPod.
maybe they're rebellious. I can't tell them what to do. If you have, if your family does the Belsnickel tradition, write in, because I'm really interested in hearing.
Please.
But we have a first-hand account from the 19th century of a person, Jacob Brown, who had enjoyed the Belsnickel tradition in his youth. It's found in his book, Brown's Miscellaneous Writings, where he writes that he had not even heard of Santa Claus until he was older, and he describes the tradition. And this is a quote from his book. He was known as Chris Kindle, Belsnickel, and sometimes as the Christmas Woman. Children then not only saw the mysterious person, but felt him, or rather his stripes upon their backs with his switch. The annual visitor would make his appearance some hours after dark, thoroughly disguised, especially the face, which would sometimes be covered with a hideously ugly fizz. Generally wore a female garb, hence the name Christmas Woman. Sometimes it would be a veritable woman, but with masculine force in action. He or she would be equipped with an ample sack about the shoulders filled with cakes, nuts, and fruits, and a long
Nuts.
and a long hazel switch, which was supposed to have some kind of a charm in it as well as a sting. One would scatter the goodies upon the floor, and then the scramble would begin by the delighted children, and the other hand would ply the switch upon the backs of the excited youngsters, who would not show a wince, but had it been parental discipline there would have been screams to reach a long distance.
Wow.
This is the most fucked up pinata I've ever seen.
It's a reverse pinata.
Do you ever imagine, like, so
This is
everybody's done the
pinata.
I assume.
Pinata 2, Pinata's Revenge.
Yeah, viva la fucking pinata. Muerte la pinata. This is essentially like, so pinata, so you take a, like, wiffle ball bat and you hit the shit out of a paper mache animal or person in the form of a pinata.
Mine was Spider-Man.
That's
You
good. I
beat
usually got
Spider-Man?
the horse.
He was a bitch.
And so essentially, like, you'd hit it and candy would come out and you'd grab the candy and everybody was happy, especially the largest child that would be able to get the most candy. And then he would continue to be larger, and that's called capitalism. Now, the Belsnickel apparently is the opposite, which is very fun, where you get the candy, but you don't hit a pinata. Instead, a parent sits behind you and just hits you with a bat.
I would like to point out from my earlier proposition that the use of flagellation in holiday cheer for German children, they are immediately, because here it says right here that if this was discipline, they'd be upset. But because this is happy fun times, they love getting spanked.
For candy.
Well, you know, the definition of candy changes as you age.
It's true. It's like a fine wine. What do you think kind of candy the Belsnickel would bring, too? Because I bet it's not great.
Werther's.
Yeah, that's not awesome.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but we're like...
Would you take a beating
old.
for Werther's, though?
What kind of, like this kind of beating?
No.
Yeah. What
No,
would
like
you
a
do
switch to the back.
for a Werther's original? Hard candy caramel.
Yeah,
I'd probably
wouldn't
do that.
get
I'd
hit.
probably get the shit kicked out of me for that.
You know, if you're hanging out with some grandmas, you might.
You might, yeah. You take too many Werther's from the Werther's jar. She's gonna send her fucking parakeet after you, I swear to God.
If you want caramel enough, you're going to take a few.
Okay. Also, so this guy, what I can assume, so let's say Santa has, or Saint Nicholas has a clan of people with them. They all like to have fun and do the gifts and whatever. But this dude was never invited because he's weird. Just so weird.
He's just too much of a dick. They're
It's just like,
easy.
they're like, listen,
easy.
we're not about that. And so what he does is like, fine, I'll have my own Christmas. And he goes like a little early so he can really ruin their day. He's like, ah, sing for me. And if they don't get it, like, what the hell is this guy?
But they seem to be
Beating the crap
into
out of
it.
I think it's just tradition. I think they have to be into it because it's now just like routine.
Well, that's not cool.
Which is
Imagine
a real
the first
shame.
time that someone suggested this, like, oh, the Belsnickel is coming. And some dude's just pissed off at his kids, and he comes and just
You know, we
pick up these nuts.
we talk about explanations for cryptids. I think the most reasonable explanation for Belsnickel is that a dad just had a few one day, and his kids keep saying like, "I want a ball in a cup for Christmas, Dad," because that was a new sick video game system at the time. And
Yeah, the Switch.
he's just had enough. No, he gives them the Switch. That's not what they wanted, though.
Nah, they didn't want to play Splatoon 2.
The next day they roll up at school, and the teachers are like, "What happened to your kids?" He's like, "Belsnickel is nigh." And then
he went around to every house so that their kids. That's why it's over one. That's it. That's why it's like 1 to 2 weeks out, because this dude had to convince everyone it was normal. So he would go to every house and be like, "Oh, the Belsnickel is nigh. Like, tell me what's your middle name." If they're like, "I don't have one," he's just beating the crap out of them.
the thing is,
Tell me what your middle name is.
Daniel.
No, it's
we're
not.
really on the
you.
Dans today. But that seems more realistic than Santa doing it in one night.
It definitely does.
I mean, honestly,
Belsnickel don't spread himself
no.
too thin.
So he's got to go to one house. This has to be pretty snappy though. The kids are picking.
I
up,
think
like,
he's snapping on him.
the kids have
Yeah,
to
he's
pick up this
snapping,
whole
that's for
mess.
sure.
So first off, there's cakes in this bag and nuts and everything. So he spills it out all over the floor. Cake doesn't stay in one nice.
It just flops on the
It's just
floor.
fluff. It's just stuff everywhere. The kids are stepping on it. They're smearing it all over. And then he goes around and just beats the crap out of them. This is a parent's worst nightmare.
Or their biggest dream.
We grew up in very different ways.
And I mean, wouldn't you be pissed off though if you were the Belsnickel? Because even Krampus gets like the invite to Santa's hangout sesh.
Yeah, fair.
Even Krampus, who is a demon, gets to hang out. Like Santa's like, nah, that guy. Come on, like Belsnickel's that last kid on the kickball team. He's just like, all right, well, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna pop the ball then. Fuck you guys. I got a mean kick.
So you're saying the Belsnickel's a proto-Grinch.
Ooh.
I think the Belsnickel's a proto-Grinch.
All right, maybe.
Well, we're done
I like
here.
that.
All right.
Wrapped it up.
Yeah, good night.
Hang this podcast up. We're done. But as I mentioned, it's, we have the famous story of Santa's night. 'Twas the night before Christmas. There is a similar poem for the Belsnickel. Would someone like to read that for me?
I kind of want to hear Sam do it with his crazy voice,
Yeah,
because he's got a lot of those.
he's got energy.
Is it crazy?
There's,
It's not. It's not comforting.
I mean, it's definitely not. Yeah, go for it.
There is a land of wilderness
More
glades
accent.
and craggy.
Yeah, bring the voice,
Heavier
Sam.
accent.
Come on,
Heavier.
Come on.
All right. There is a land of wilderness glades and craggy cliffs, of hidden coves and ancient forests, home of the Belsnickel. Among this dark forest Under the roots of a great oak tree, there is a limestone cavern that is completely hidden from view. This doesn't rhyme.
Not all poems rhyme.
Well, it's probably not written in English initially.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's true. In this dark cavern, Belsnickel makes his home. He is hairy and covered in animal pelts. With moss in his hair and lichens on his skin, he lives in the cave with his loyal servant, Rupert. Loyal servant Rupert.
So, we're gonna keep up this accent?
Yeah, we gotta do the accent.
Rupert
Yeah.
is donned in the same manner as Belsnickel. Only he is even dirtier. Blackened from the soot of many fires and smudged with the grease of many meals. Every year, he gets to be about this time of year, when the leaves have shed and the winter start... Oh, fuck. When the leaves
The
have...
winter winds.
When the...
The winter winds.
When the leaves have been shed, the winter wind starts to howl, and the forest creatures prepare for winter in their own way. Belsnickel and Rupert start plotting. Question mark.
Rupert.
It's a domestic
Question
partnership.
Plotting mischief and mayhem of wreaking havoc on the intruders who live in their valley. They regale in events of seasons past, when they scared cattle, carried away children, and spread fear throughout the countryside.
Oh man, I'm not ready for an accent. Whew. Belsnickel has also been known to feed wild
this is
onions
like-
to the dairy cows.
That's like an Indian accent.
I know it is. I'm not good at accents.
You sound like you're from Zimbabwe.
I'm not good at accents. Do you know the way?
Just do it in like a Swahili accent like that. You could just be like, Belsnickel has also been known
You know what, I'll
to
do
feed
that.
wild onions to the dairy cows.
Belsnickel has also been known to feed wild onions to the dairy cows, so their milk will taste of onions and will be unfit for use by intruders. But most of all, Belsnickel and Rupert await Christmas Eve, when everyone is indoors reveling in the merriment of the season. That is when Belsnickel becomes most embittered for being disturbed. He loves the winter solstice, but can't even bay at the moon without the intruder.
You can't scream.
I'm picturing
It's just Dwight sitting in his bedroom just going,
Without the introductions hunting with him, their ferocious hounds, Belsnickel reckons that if he cannot celebrate, neither will they. Who wants to finish it?
I can finish it. Late in the night, he and Rupert go from house to house, prying open the windows and breaking down doors. Seeking vengeance, they will yank children from the slumber and beat them with the sweaters. Rupert hopes to toss in a few in his sack. As
Oh
well.
no! Rupert!
As these thoughts,
Rupert!
pure joy shows on the face of Belsnickel and Rupert. Primitive chuckles erupt from Rupert's snuggled mouth. They are both anxious for night to fall and to begin their night of havoc.
Amen.
Oh my god. See, we've been trying to paint Belsnickel as kind of nice. When Rupert's around,
No.
Rupert is
Rupert-
a bad
Rupert
Rupert.
is a
Rupert's his
shite.
fucking muse. Rupert's like, yo, drink up, bud. We gotta capture some kids. And Belsnickel's like, I got a lot of cake, though. And Rupert's like, no. They're going in the sack, bud. I'm gonna take them down.
Rupert!
I'm just picturing it. Rupert's just his alcoholic friend that lives in a cave with him. Rupert hasn't had a steady job in years, and he just drinks all the Belsnickel's beer. And just tells him to do
Rupert
fucked up shit.
Rupert probably drunk texts.
Oh, I want Rupert's drunk text.
So, traditions of companions to St. Nicholas. Let's talk about those guys.
We've talked, I think, a decent amount recently about, Christian co-opting of pagan beliefs. This is St. Nicholas to Santa Claus. This is like a commercial co-opting of Christian beliefs. Not to get communist on you, it's just we didn't have the image of Santa Claus that we have until Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that because of the soda cans and stuff.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
also if you think about Christmas, like Christmas really isn't about like I'm not going to say this to like. It's not a blanket statement, but I'm going to say largely now it doesn't seem to be a Christian holiday. More of a commercial capitalist holiday.
For the fat cats in Washington, I didn't even have a point to go on from there.
I was going to say, honestly, if we gave it like 30% effort, probably going over rants about that.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, shit, we got Joe Cavara here, so
What?
Che Cavara.
Oh,
me.
Oh,
You know, someone made a joke.
oh!
Clipping. Someone made a joke about that at work today. That
I'm
was gonna
clipping. My
unionize
whole
this.
mouth is around the microphone.
Let's start an uprising. All right, so instead of
No,
okay.
not on this podcast.
Let's start a
No.
riot! A riot! Let's start a riot! We don't talk about 3 Days Grace enough on this podcast.
So in the early European
It's true.
traditions, the popular image of Santa, Saint Nick, etc., was the actual Saint Nicholas, who was a real man.
I didn't know that until recently.
Similar
I knew
to,
he was a real
Saint
man.
Columba.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, like Saint. That's from episode 2.
Oh,
Remember
throwback!
that?
That is. It's actually from episode 3.
Episode 3. Hey, so if you haven't listened to episode 3, get on that.
Hold on, I need a lasso. Do you got my rope, Joe? Just take it down from hanging on the rafters. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got it. All right. Swing this lasso. Oh! I caught episode 3 in that throwback.
Hey!
Hey!
All of our episodes are prime. Tell your parents.
Tell your parents about our episodes. Tell them to review us.
So he was the patron saint of sailors, merchants, archers, repentant thieves, children, brewers, pawnbrokers, and students.
I personally understand the kinship between St. Nicholas and students because that Christmas break is just delightful.
It's amazing. It's a gift in itself.
Exactly.
It really is. No matter what age you are, if you're a student, Christmas break is like it's either like getting drunk off Legos or getting drunk off gin.
Or both, ideally.
Honestly, both.
Yeah, if you're right in the middle, or also just like the Venn diagram just kind of absorbs the child part.
Honestly, if you drink enough at Christmas, you will feel like a child. It's great.
It's true.
It is, yeah.
Except it gets really annoying if you have other, like, if there's little
If there's
kids there.
actual children, yes.
Yeah.
No, if there's actual children,
when they're at
that
the
shit's
age that they
easy,
think
son.
it's fun, everything screaming is just delightful.
I think it's pretty easy to get drunk and hang out with little kids. Like,
Yeah, when they're not shit-talking me.
nah, they're shit talking. That's when you shit talk back.
So, what the Belsnickel is to Santa, Johnny is to love.
It's about right.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah, that's a good analogy.
You gotta
It
keep it
works.
in check. You gotta make sure your family members aren't too full of themselves. Listeners, this year at Christmas, take Grammy down a peg.
No.
She's sitting a little too pretty right there.
So this Santa Claus, this Saint Nick, the actual Saint Nicholas, he had a really weird habit of gift giving.
Why are you saying it's a weird habit?
So some of us have habits like smoking. Some of us have habits like you got to shower every day.
That's
this
not a-
man had a habit of giving out gifts.
Did
One
you
of those
just
is good.
did you just equate smoking with taking a shower? One of those makes you objectionably more attractive, and the other makes you smell better.
The story of a man who had 3 daughters but couldn't afford a dowry, so they'd likely have to become prostitutes. Saint Nicholas heard of this and wanted to help, but was too modest to help publicly. Hi, I'm David Attenborough, and this is Beast of the Week podcast.
And this is Hunting Santa.
So this guy,
Oh, David, you left?
David left the chat.
We couldn't afford him for
God-
that.
God
that
left the
long.
chat.
God left.
So anyway, there was a story of a man who had 3 daughters, but he couldn't afford a dowry. So likely they'd have to become prostitutes, because back in the day you had to pay someone to take your daughters off your hands. Saint Nicholas heard of this, however, and wanted to help, but he was too modest to help in public. So what he did was, in the middle of the night, he threw a purse of gold through their window,
I'm assuming it was open.
and did so the next 2 nights.
In Germany during
He's
the
like-
winter?
He's just like this really
Saint
nice
Nicholas
guy
wasn't
that doesn't really
necessarily in
understand.
Germany. I don't know where he was, but even if what would you rather break your window, gold or a brick?
Gold.
Build a
Definitely
house
gold.
of brick.
You can't build a house with a single brick. But you
well,
can-
after 3 nights.
But you can with 3 bags of gold, which is exactly what St. Nicholas gave to them. So then that man had the money to sell off his daughters rather than his daughters selling themselves for money.
So
What a
basically,
nice guy.
the ideal goal
Yeah,
back in the
interesting.
day was to be the pimp.
Yes.
It always has been.
Actually, no, he's selling his daughters. The term sugar daddy meant a whole different thing back then.
It was the Santa Daddy before.
Santa Daddy.
The song isn't that far from it.
No, it's really not.
No, it's really not.
God, I want to forget about that song.
I do want to ask you, what are your top 3 and least 3 favorite Christmas songs? Joe, I want you to start with that one. They don't have to be in any order.
Well, there's a lot of pressure, but my favorite Christmas song, I think, has to be. Oh gosh, let me see. I like what's this song? It's like by the Beach Boys, like Merry Christmas, baby.
Little old Saint Nick.
Yeah, little. I
Yeah,
like
Little
that.
Old Saint Nick is
I'm
tight.
like
That's a
always
great
in the mood
song.
for that. It's like very uplifting.
I've listened to that in the summer.
Yeah, actually, it's just a great song to like get on with your day. Another one is what's it, the other one? It's like Last Christmas I gave
Last
you.
Christmas
Oh.
is so dope. That's my
Yeah,
number 1.
That one, that's
Really?
my second favorite.
Yeah.
It's a great song. And then my third favorite's got to be, damn. I was gonna say a classic song because normally, like when I think of it, it's classic songs. But geez, I found myself singing a song this morning. What was it? I think it was Simply
Fuck off.
Having
Fuck off.
a
No.
Wonderful Christmas.
That's not allowed to
time.
be. You're
No,
fired.
we're not doing
Simply
we're doing our favorites right
having
now. They're our
a
least
wonderful
favorites.
Christmas
Horrible
time.
song.
Whoa.
so
My least favorite songs are any of those modern ass Christmas songs, like Christmas albums that come out, and I don't give a shit about your
I don't know
stupid
why we
music.
keep
Easy,
making new
that's
ones.
I don't know
easy.
why they do like
What do
like
you mean
a-
you don't want?
like
you don't
a
know why
Katy-
we keep making
okay
new
because
ones.
they
We
make
need new
because
ones.
they make bank. Well, then it's like a very Katy Perry Christmas. I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to listen to that. I want to listen to old classics. But I'm also very different on that. Like my whole family doesn't like. Well, I shouldn't say. My parents don't like the classics.
Really?
Yeah, which is weird. They like a Michael Bublé Christmas.
Oh my god.
And I
That's just him
well,
singing classics.
Listen, I respect, yeah, and I do. Honestly, I'll listen to it, but I you got to respect the man. He goes into hibernation for most of the year,
That's
and then
true.
comes out during Christmas.
Yeah.
Just
If only
and he
Josh
crushes
Groban had
it.
the same decency.
Yeah.
This man comes out and just crushes Christmas.
I'll allow Jeff Groban at Valentine's Day if you want him to.
Jeff Groban,
Jeff Groban.
his brother.
Oh, what's that song? It's like I brought these gifts for
Oh, Little
you,
Drummer Boy.
Poor
That's
Grandpa.
another
I
awful
fucking hate
one.
that,
That
song.
song's horrible.
I
Yeah, that
loathe
one's
that.
awful.
And then no, my number one least favorite Christmas song is Christmas Shoes.
Christmas Shoes? Oh man, that's a great one.
Dude, it's so hard in the
Wait, what?
feels.
It's so
it's Like,
crazy.
it's like a song about this.
There's like a crippled
person-
kid who needs some shoes.
Yeah, he needs to buy shoes because
And he
his
doesn't have
mom's
any
gonna
money.
die, and he wants her to look nice for when she meets Jesus. And it's like I don't want to listen to that song and cry like throughout the Christmas season.
New shoes never worn.
Yeah, hey, that's great.
Oh, that's Hemingway.
Hemingway, 6-word
Yeah.
memoir.
I think my favorite is I always love the one chestnuts roasting on an open fire. That one just it
Great.
sets the setting
I like
for like
that.
a cozy ass
That's a
Christmas.
great one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I always liked that song "God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen" because that's just like a spooky sounding song for Christmas. I don't know why.
Alright.
I always
Okay.
liked it.
I mean, that's a classic. I do like that. It's like
I'm very
yeah.
much a classic. Like my favorite, what I listen to through the Christmas season is Willie Nelson's Christmas album because it's everything I really want. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
classic Christmas songs.
For me, I think Christmas songs have to be old enough.
I think I know it's lame, but Rudolph's probably my third favorite. But that's just because I love.
I was throwing that up between that one and whatever heck, whichever my favorite Christmas song I said third, but that Rudolph's a classic.
But that's
No, I
mostly
did. I
because of the
said three,
claymation.
Sam.
I love that's on my must watch for Christmas.
It's my favorite Christmas movie. That and the original Grinch movie.
That,
the
yeah.
old cartoon.
Nah,
Those two are my favorite.
Best Christmas
No,
movie is Year Without a Santa
I
Claus.
hate that movie.
without
Are
a
you
doubt.
shitting
I
me?
hate that
What?
movie.
No.
The dolls
The
are
Heat Miser
so.
and the Cold Miser.
The dolls are the
Those
creepiest
okay,
in that
they're
one.
okay. That's an okay because it's a classic, but I do not think that's even close to like a top 3 movie.
Yeah.
Oh no, number one.
Number
Number
what?
one.
Number what? You have the audacity
Oh,
You have the fucking audacity to come in here onto this podcast and spew this bullshit.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I
believe you
do.
would do
I think
this.
a lot of people will agree with me. And I make
Listeners,
make sure, folks.
I dare
folks,
you to agree with it.
write in the fucking reviews what you think about that. Just make sure it's 5 stars either way. Make sure you write down what are your favorite Christmas songs/movies, and we will shout them out.
Oh, everything from the Nutcracker.
Next
If I
episode.
hear any like Nutcracker sweet
Oh
songs,
yeah, hate
I
it.
love it.
I hate
love
it.
it.
I hate it.
Really, it brings me back in the day.
I
mean,
absolutely hate
what?
the Nutcracker.
What did you have to like listen to it at your like sister's ballet recitals?
Because my
every
mom made
year?
us go there all the time.
Oh, you went to the concert.
Yeah.
I saw it twice, and I like. Well, see, I like that shit. I'm also a fan of that.
I'm not a fan.
I like the theater.
I
and,
don't.
and
I don't.
dance.
I don't understand the theater. We already did movies. Like,
The theater.
It's different. You get a different experience.
stop painting. We have cameras.
It's organic.
Stop
It's
making
happening in
theaters.
front of you.
Yeah, and it's always worse.
No, it's not always,
always
worse.
worse.
What the hell? You go there for a different like twist on it. All right, we're
We have-
totally off the
not
rails.
twist.
We're
We
totally
have
off the rails.
3D
We're supposed to be off the
printing,
rails.
stop
We're supposed to be-
sculpting,
This
just-
is the thing that we're doing.
I don't think. Oh, did you just compare sculpting?
I'm just
To seeing
saying.
a play?
We made things better. So why are you still doing it worse? Stop.
John just goes into offend, like he's just like, oh, I didn't offend one group of people. Here's 2.
I will gladly.
I got double barrel offense.
If you're trying to paint something like it looks in real life, just get a camera.
I hate you.
Shut up.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, shut
Paint
up.
things that look different. Paint it in a weird way.
Oh my god.
Make it look like it doesn't really look. But if you're trying to do some real life shit, we have cameras. Stop wasting your time.
So, speaking of cameras, my favorite Christmas movie, though, gotta be White Christmas.
That is a great one.
It's the only problem I have with White Christmas, and it is it's got the best highs of any Christmas movie. It is a tad too long.
Yes.
Philistine.
tad too long.
You're a fucking Philistine.
That's fine.
I forgot the name for it, and I had to Google
He's
it.
Phyllis in The Office.
Favorite Christmas movie? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Great flick.
I have nothing to
great.
say about that.
That's the funniest Christmas movie.
I've
I
never
know.
seen it.
You've never? Oh, watch it. That movie's hilarious.
Die Hard.
I mean, honest, that's
Don't
not a Christmas
do that.
movie. Do not even fucking get me on this tangent. That is not a Christmas movie.
Gremlins is though.
Gremlins.
Gremlins is a little bit.
No, Gremlins
Because
is
it's about
specifically a
greed.
Christmas movie. No, because it takes place during Christmas, and it's very important that it's during Christmas.
No, I feel like you can go a little bit more into that. It's about like greed,
Lust.
lust. Probably not lust.
It's
but
a-
greed.
Not Lust. I've actually never seen
It's
that
a
movie.
modern retelling of A Christmas Carol.
What Christmas Carol?
Gizmo is Scrooge.
Oh.
What? No. What?
Okay.
What? So, top 3 Christmas songs for me gotta be number 1 is Last Christmas.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Number
I don't like it that
2
much.
is
Song.
and the thing is, I hated Last Christmas as a kid, but then like I was like, nope, this song's dope. Eventually it clicked. and
Yeah,
I, was
I
like,
think-
oh,
I feel
it's
like
hold up.
age thing.
I feel like there's a
don't know.
certain
Nice.
point in your 20s when 80s music just clicks.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the.
I don't,
phase
because
I'm
like
in
growing
now.
up, my dad loves 80s music, and like he always tells me how it brings him back to his 20s and shit. And I just didn't get it. And then all of a sudden I turned like 22 and I was like, yo, Talking Heads.
Talking Heads. Oh yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, you don't like the Talking
that's
Heads
a
like
whole,
an
that's
idiot.
a whole nother show.
That
But,
you're like an idiot, you don't like the Talking Heads.
number 2, I gotta say that Mo Carey.
God.
I love All I Want for Christmas Is You. That's a good ass song.
I
It
can't
is a
believe
little
that.
bit-
That totally skipped my mind. That's in my top 3. That's
if
definitely
we took
a shoe-in.
2 years off that
Oh my
song,
God,
if
that
we took a
song is
quick
so
break
good.
for 2 years off that song, it would
No.
climb to my top
Yeah,
5.
that would climb into my number 1.
It is
position.
overplayed.
No,
It is
that-
overplayed because
I'm just
it's the best
tired
song
of
of the
hearing
year.
it.
I haven't listened to it at all.
Actually,
this
this
season
this
yet.
year I haven't heard it, but every other Christmas season, I feel like I hear it 5,000 times by Christmas, and I'm burnt out. It's a great song, and
Yeah.
I'm not denying it, but I'm burnt out.
Yeah, it is overplayed. Now, my third, though, a little controversial nowadays.
Okay. Oh, I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Baby, It's Cold Outside.
Okay.
That is a
Yeah.
flirtatious romp.
flirtatious.
I'm not diving into this.
Passes the line of
no,
flirtation.
no,
That's
that's-
into
that's
heavy-handed.
No, that's a modern lens.
it's a heavy-handed
No,
flirtation.
that's not what the song's about.
It's
The
not
song's-
about that.
No, that is a song from where those phrases are from the past. They were more like it's somebody trying to be like, well, I don't want to seem in a certain way, but I really like it here, that kind of thing. So I think it's a very flirtatious song, and I gotta be honest, guys. I got some people that, I mean, honestly, a Belsnickel in the room, I bet they'd say, baby, it's cold outside. So let's bring it on down
Bring it
with
on
some
down.
Christmas cheer, a
And
little bit of eggnog, and some love is stupid.
Swipe right, baby. Let's find this beast some love.
All right, so the first one that we have this cold eve, and I'm going to call, I'm going to say Catherine.
All right,
Just
Catherine.
trying to use the
Hey there, Catherine.
Hey there, Catherine.
What's up,
I
Katie?
say, Catherine, have you been impish or admirable? And she says, deaf, admirable. To which I say, just what a good German cryptid wants to hear. And then I sent a gif of Dwight just kind of fist bumping into the air, and no responses to that one, so probably didn't want that. I also have Serena.
Serena.
And this one's a pretty long conversation.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
this-
really
this
wants
one-
to get with Belsnickel.
Yeah, this one's actually long going. This one's continuing.
To very now, like this time, it's still happening?
Yeah, yep, to this second, yep.
Hell yeah.
Serena, have you been impish or admirable? She said, well, it depends on what you mean. In other people's eyes, I'm probably impish. XD.
Uh-oh.
And
Did you hit her with a RAR?
I say, well, you are honest. She said, I try my best. And I said, well, as long as you're trying. And then we started talking about work. She is a manager at a movie theater. She seems like a very wonderful person, and I apologize that I will never speak to her again. Now, the next one I have is Lauren,
Lauren.
where this one's a quickie. Where I say, haha, I got a coupon for $5 apps, just call me Chili Snickle. and then the next response is, I'm sorry. And then nothing more.
I'm sorry. That's incredible.
The next one is Brittany, where I've asked, have you been impish or admirable, Brittany? She says, impish. I, in all caps, say, very good. And then the response is, no.
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 No. Another B name, I have Rihanna, where I have said, congratulations, you have matched with the one and only Belsnickel. Have you been impish or admirable? And then she says, I thought you were supposed to tell me. And then she called me on my bluff.
She did.
Hey.
Yeah, and I said, well, I gotta see first if you're honest. And she says, I'd say I've been a bit of both.
Ooh.
And I said,
Ooh.
all right,
That's not an acceptable answer.
yeah.
Unacceptable.
I said, well, then you'll be getting coal and gifts.
That's
Now-
inaccurate. You should have told her about the spankings she was going to get.
Well, if we're talking about spankings, I got spankings for you. I asked, have you been... Actually, no. This one, I didn't even start this conversation.
Good.
She messaged me and said, I'm always impish. And I asked, 100%? She said, 101. I said, that's a lot of coal. She said, no coal. I only like being hit with a bundle of sticks in the nude.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
To which I said, Belsnickel appreciates the lore knowledge, and Belsnickel is very interested.
Oh!
To which she sent back a gif of Dwight saying, you are coming, and that's an order. So she's a champ.
Who's that, Brianna?
Nice.
No, this is, let me see, Lacey.
Lacey.
Lacey, thank you for being such a sport. For that, we're going to send you a t-shirt. We don't have t-shirts.
I would honestly love to, because what a sport.
Damn, that was great.
Yeah, no, she fucking turned that one on its head.
Good.
Real quick.
So who do you think gets it more? The Denver airport or Belsnickel?
Now, unfortunately, I have to say the Denver airport.
Man, the airport kills it.
The airport's slaying. Possibly literally.
The airport had a similar amount of matches. Now, I will say the Belsnickel had a little bit of like a ringer by being a picture of Dwight from The Office. And the thing about Tinder is that literally every single person on there has a quote from The Office. So
That's true.
The fact that and the fact that it's either of The Office, and like 90% of the people that know The Office like The Office.
True.
And if you don't know The Office, the other 10% probably were like, Rainn Wilson, kind of sexy.
He's got a thing to him.
He definitely does. I mean, The Office tried its hardest to make him unattractive, but
Yeah, he's got that
I don't buy it.
forehead.
Yeah, I got a forehead.
He's got a good beard,
John,
now.
that's called a 5-head.
I know, I have a big ass forehead.
Yeah, you got a giant head just to begin with.
Yeah. That's incredible that Belsnickel got such randy messages. So, like with every cryptid we cover, we like to go into what it possibly could be, because the truth is stupid, and Belsnickel is stupid, and I'm stupid. So, let's talk about what Belsnickel could be.
Honestly, what I think the most logical idea for this Belsnickel character is exactly what you said earlier. One dad's been putting up with his kid's bullshit for a little too long. Keep asking him for the for the nice ball that goes into a cup attached to a string. It's it's all the rage nowadays. You don't want to be left out.
Nintendo Switch.
They don't even give a shit about the layoffs at the peat factory, where they have to go and dig up peat from the fucking peat bog.
And Pete's sitting there being like, "Thanks for getting me out again. I'm sorry this keeps happening."
Guys.
So one day this guy just dresses up. He takes his wife's clothes, really ugly shit that she has, and he finds a mask. He finds a knockoff mask of an apothecary. However, it's only got a long tongue. So he's like, yeah, fuck it, this will scare the crap out of my kids. And he puts it on, and then he parades himself around from home to home. So I'm guessing he hit about 4 homes before his own, just to make sure people were having the same experience as him.
Like
and his
the
kids.
Dover Demon.
Like the Dover Demon. So this guy, let's call him Barney. So Barney puts on the outfit. He goes to the first house. He bangs on the door, and the kid opens the door, just shocked, like, "What the fuck?" And he just starts screaming, "Tell me a song!
Tell me a song."
And he's like, "Okay."
Tell me a song.
Christmas, I gave you my heart, and then
but the very next slap.
And the kid's like, "What the fuck?" And he throws some nuts on him. He's like, "All right, keep the change." And he goes to the next
Throw
house.
some nuts on him.
And then he goes to like 3 more houses. Then he
change.
hits his own house. He's been letting it build all night. He knows what's in store.
So he's not getting out of his system. This is getting him going.
That's his pregame.
Oh,
this is the event right
yeah,
here.
this is like that he's thinking about.
Those were all the smaller cards. This is the main card of the night.
And that's not even his full night.
Yeah. So he knocks on the door, this familiar door. He walks to it every day, and he rasps on it with his switch. The kids don't even know it's coming. Little Wilhelm over there. He opens the door.
Oh, Daddy, no!
And he goes, whatever. Who are you in that language? And his dad goes, "Have you been impish or admirable?"
Ooh,
To which the kid says,
Papa,
I have been Dad, what the hell? But Daddy's not there. No one's there to save you.
It's just
Because they're all in on this. So what the kid says is, "I haven't been admirable." I don't know how you say. Well, he says he has been admirable. Whatever
I believe it's Admirable Stein.
I think you're right. He says,
Yeah.
He says, "I've been admirable Stein," and that's when you can see the white hot anger in the father's face when he goes, "You have been lying," and he says, "No, I haven't," and the dad just goes, "You think I got this switch because it looks cool?" And once the kid's done, he smushes some cake straight into the ground, throws some candy on the cake. "All right, clean yourself up," and he leaves. Only to
Some
return
cake.
later in the
He
back.
throws one zebra cake at his fucking head.
Joey is fully erect, and I don't know which side of this story he's taking.
Both. Unfortunately, and that's why we are bringing back Charlie. Come on by.
Yeah, Charlie, come home.
Hey guys.
Charlie, come
Hey,
home.
I'm Charlie. What's up? Yeah, I was
Hey there,
I was
guys.
beaten by the Belsnickel when I was younger also, and then the Belsnickel actually made such an impact on my life that I will never be the same.
Yeah, it's Charlie right there.
Thanks
That
for
might have
having me on
happened
the
to
show
Charlie.
There we are.
That was Charlie Petty.
I mean,
Bye, Charlie. Merry
no-
Christmas.
nobody talks about the ending of the Belsnickel, and that's the fact that they tracked down this like single father all the way to his house with a trail of Goldschlager. just a trail. I mean, there was literally a purple and gold path all the way to this guy's house.
All right.
What's that German beer called? A Weffenheissen? A Hefeweizen?
Hefeweizen?
Hefeweizen.
Yeah,
It's just a
Hefeweizen.
shit ton of that all over.
Well, there's bottles littering the path.
Is
Wait,
Goldschlager
no.
German, or is it just a Schlager, so we assumed it's German?
Is that kind of
Probably
like
the latter.
Haagen-Dazs?
What's Schlager? It might be like Haagen-Dazs. Haagen-Dazs doesn't mean jack.
yeah, because I think you were trying to say Weinstefana.
Weinstefana. I love the way
Yeah.
German's pronounced.
I know. It just it's the opposite of Latin, and it's
It is.
great. Where the Latins are all like Awe and all that shit.
Yeah.
And the Germans are like, no. We're gonna take the W that you turn into a V. We're gonna turn that into
I think you
W.
I think you have
is now a Z.
the order of that wrong.
Yeah, I think that was
I think
backwards.
Latin was a little first.
Ich liebe Deutsch. I love German.
Das ist Brot. I took level 1 of Duolingo.
Now I will say I did some research though.
Let's hear it.
around the old science lab, and it turns out that I asked one person that works in the lab that is German, because we only have one, and he has the most German ass name, but I don't want to say it. I asked
Hans.
him, I asked Hans Deutsch about the Belsnickel.
All right.
And I said, so Hans, I got a question for you. You've heard of the Belsnickel, right? And he goes, no. And I'm like, what? You haven't? And so it turns out this is only a South German thing.
Huh.
Really?
So he has never heard of it, even though he's from Germany.
I wonder if it's still like known of in South Germany though. Cuz it seems like
I bet it would be.
it seems to me that it's mostly like the Pennsylvania Dutch that tend to know about it, and even at that, like, this is a pretty archaic tradition.
Yeah, I mean, just beating your kids is pretty archaic, so yep.
Just taking your day out on little Timmy.
Taking
Yeah,
your
that's-
day out.
that's archaic.
This is pent up for a year.
Yeah, this is 365.
64. Well, you're acting like they're not beating them other times.
Yeah, for Easter, he's like the Belsen Rabbit.
Belsen
For
Rabbit.
Halloween, he's like... Who do you think would make the best modern-day Christmas song, like, if they were to do it modern day,
Michael
like a big
Bublé.
artist?
Of modern day artists, like a new song.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you gotta factor in the songwriting too.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
I don't think it would be memorable.
That's
What?
I don't think it would be as memorable.
it. Could be pretty memorable.
I think it could be because of her reach.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think T Swift could actually write a pretty dope Christmas
I could
song.
see
Even if
that.
she didn't write it herself, I mean,
That's
like,
fine. Should play it right.
Yeah,
Most of the
Yeah,
classic
she would.
versions they didn't write. So
yeah. So I think
Yeah.
honestly, I think she would be topping the charts for that, because she seems to be like pretty timeless so far. She's been popular like since we were in
Yeah.
fair enough.
high school, early
With
high
that
school.
Millennia.
And she got that country touch to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
She kind of can do a little bit of everything. I could see her kind of
John,
crushing the
what do
Christmas.
What do you think? Who would make the best modern day Christmas song?
I think Lady Gaga could do the trick.
Lady Gaga too.
Yeah?
She's got that old school style to her with the modern like pop to it, but like she can really croon if she wants to. Her songwriting's really cool. It would like she could do two versions. She could do a club mix and like a slow kind of, what you'd listen to around the fire. I think
That would hit all audiences.
Yeah, I think that she, you could party to it, you could chill to it. I think Lady Gaga has the chops.
I think you're onto that. Yeah. I agree with that
So
one too.
my vote,
All right.
and much like Baby It's Cold Outside is going to maybe get some flack, but I think Kanye would probably make the best Christmas song, because you got a 50-50 split with Kanye. You're either going to get this really good gospel-esque song about Jesus, or you're gonna get a song about Kanye being Jesus. So it's this nice, like, where are you gonna be? Yay. It's either gonna be, yeah, there's a 50-50 chance that you're gonna get, like, coming out the manger. They call me baby, yay. Oh!
That sounds
Yeah,
great.
like, that could be fun. It's not lasting, but it would be funny.
It would be up there with DMX's
Yes.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh my God,
Or
yeah.
Run DMC Christmas and what is that?
Which one?
Run DMC has one.
Yeah, Run DMC does have one.
I forget the name of the song.
What is it? Sam, computer.
All right, I got it. I'm hacking into the system right now.
Are you hacking to the mainframe?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
And
Mainframe. He's in the
hack
mainframe.
done. Christmas in Hollis.
That's it, yeah. That's another classic, like, rap Christmas song.
Yeah, and that could work.
So what you're going for, it's kind of like how Lady Gaga could do a party one or a chill one. Kanye could have a party one, or we get, like, some Life of Pablo shit.
Yeah, with, like, Chance the Rapper.
I could see that.
Yeah. Honestly, I bet that would be pretty good.
On a similar, like, my number 2 would be any of those people kind of fronting the revival of, like, classic country these days. Like, Chris Stapleton could do a banger, I'm
Ooh,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
Definitely.
Jason Isbell. I don't know if you know him.
No, I don't.
He was a singer for the Drive-By Truckers, and he has a solo career now. It's doing pretty good. It's doing really good. Who am I to... It's
Miley
fucking taking off.
Cyrus.
Miley was my second choice, actually.
Miley would make if she were to go full Dolly Parton.
Yep, the day Miley goes, because it's gonna happen. She's her godmother. Miley is gonna go fully Dolly Parton, and I'm gonna enjoy
Fully
it.
Dolly.
Yeah, fully Dolly. It's gonna be amazing.
You
But,
never go full Dolly.
No one can. She's the
No one
sweetest,
can.
most lovable human on the planet.
But what about the Belsnickel?
What do you the song about the Belsnickel?
Yeah, there's no songs about the Belsnickel.
Who would
but
write the best song about the Belsnickel? I'm gonna say it.
Nickelback.
God rest his soul. Dio.
Vitas?
I don't know Vitas.
That.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that guy would have a good ass Belsnickel song.
Actually, Dio's Krampus song would be unreal.
Oh yeah, that'd be one. That'd be like the next August Burns Red Carol of the Bells, where it's just like, all right, I'm done with this shit. Time to rock out while setting up this tree.
We're off to Christmas. We may never, never, never return. But the Krampus that you feel is worth a lifetime.
That you feel. Why you gotta feel the Krampus? He sounds oily.
Well, maybe it's the sweet, sweet oil of Christmas. It smells like pralines.
So, in conclusion, I think it's pretty easy to see that Krampus is.
We're not even talking about Krampus.
So, what I meant to say is it's pretty easy to see that the Belsnickel is
Good.
Is this a cryptid?
I would like to reiterate what I said during the DIA
this-
episode. We don't exclusively cover cryptids. We cover beasts. This isn't Cryptid of the Week podcast.
This is definitely a beast. I'll give you that.
Belsnickel's a piece.
Belsnickel is definitely beastly. Him and his friend.
Oh, yeah,
once Rupert gets on his side,
No. See, that's the thing. You gotta look out. You see Belsnickel alone,
you might be
you're gonna get
okay.
beat and get some cake.
Yeah.
But you see Rupert there.
You're getting stuffed in a snack. You got a snack in a sack.
Snack in a sack.
Yeah, he's
You're a
honestly.
snack sack.
If you see Rupert, the only future you're gonna get is you're the ham in a Lunchable.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's good
Snack
ham.
pack.
Snack pack.
Snack pack.
Snap pack. Belschnack. No, I agree. Belsnickel's a fucked up thing, and so are most of the St. Nicholas companions.
Yeah, I don't think there's any good ones.
It's kind of like, I read about this and I was thinking about this as I was researching it. I think it's interesting that they followed St. Nicholas and not Santa Claus. Because what it got me thinking of is maybe they didn't want judgment to be on the hands of a saint, because judgment is for God. Could that be something?
Yeah, no, I think you actually have the only educational point in this episode so far.
Like they have literal demons do the dirty work, so St. Nicholas can stay pious and give presents.
I like that. I think that ends things on a good note.
Yeah, so thanks for listening in to another episode of the Beast of the Week podcast, our Christmas spectacular. We would like to just, throw us a little bit of a Christmas present if you're so inclined. A a holiday gift. Pop on to iTunes there, give us a review, subscribe to us, give us a rating. And I'd like to say, once again from last week, we are having a bit of a contest. People who subscribe and rate and review us and send us something on Instagram letting us know, we will send you a Beast of the Week sticker, which is our album art that pops up when you listen to us. I got them slapped all over my things because I am vain and enjoy covering surfaces.
Yeah, and if you want to look interesting at all, having a nice Beast of the Week podcast sticker will start a lot of conversations.
An obscure podcast is like having a band shirt for, a band that like 4 people know of, and then you look interesting. That's your only picture on Tinder.
Because it has a really cool logo.
You're like that guy podcast indie style.
Hell yeah, with DIY podcast. We're punk rock, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Building it from the ground up. These are also limited edition. We're not going to be creating these kinds of stickers anymore. We'll be moving on to another design shortly.
We
get them while they're hot.
Okay.
Is that true?
No, not at all. What do you think I do on the phones all day? Yeah, it's a good time.
I've never asked.
It's a good time to buy, but these prices are not going to last. We're gonna probably move along.
Anyways, whether you've reviewed, subscribed, rated, or anything, we'd like to thank everyone listening in. You make what we do possible. A lot of you have sent some kind words out to us, and that's been really, really nice to hear, and we really appreciate it. Tell your friends if you're enjoying our shit.
Tell your parents.
Tell your parents. Let them know the sin you've been committing. And we'd like to wish everyone a happy holiday, whatever it is you celebrate. I celebrate Christmas, and I'm hoping to have a happy one myself, a merry one.
Very Merry Christmas to everyone, and whatever.
Yeah, so once again, remember, the truth is stupid. Stay spooky. I'm John Cannon.
Octancy of Belsnickel. I'm Joe McGlinchey.
And I am Sam Harris.
Thanks for listening, folks. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.